Live VFX coming at you. This is some live visual effects coming at us here. Let's see how it goes. So as of right now, there are 2 channels watching this. This is just a test, really, but while I was in the middle of something, I thought I'd show you what I was working on. So I'm using OBS to live stream to Facebook and to YouTube live. So we got both of them going on. Don't expect to see me answer any questions or respond to any comments while this is happening. But I did want to show you some of the things that I'm working on over here. Namely, I have a fun little project right here where this woman is our subject that needs to be presented as a as kind of this like character that exists in the world of technology. And this is a very poor introduction to this, but what I really wanted to show you was how I'm going to use Photoshop and kind of create a bit of a matte that can make her look like she is in 3D. And this is just a little bit of a test here. And so check it out in Photoshop down here. And this is on my Wacom tablet. Not Wacom, actually. In fact, where's my pen? Did I lose my pen? Usually hides underneath it. There it is. So yes, Wacom, super expensive. I don't really like to use the most expensive versions of anything out there. But this is a XP pen, and it works pretty slick, pretty well. You know, with all the processing that's going on right now, After Effects open and Photoshop, I'm really not sure if this is going to come across very smoothly. And so if this starts wigging out on your end, my sincerest apologies. But here's some ideas. I'm going to be taking this and duplicating this a couple of times here. Let's see if I remember how to do any of this stuff. I really don't use Photoshop all that well, all that much. Let me see if I can figure this out. I'm sure someone out there is telling me how I need to do this here. Well, that was easy enough. Nice. Hotkeys. Hotkeys are the answer to everything. Alright, so let's take a look here. Let's see our fiddling that we can do. Happy trees. Think about happy trees. Let's see. This layer, I'm going to turn opacity down just a smidge. Maybe down like to 10%. Let's make sure what kind of brush that we're using here. Yeah, sure. Well, no. Change my mind. I have too many brushes now. And pressure opacity. I really don't know. Boy, apparently I had a choice that I preferred back in the day. Soft round. Yeah, let's go with this one. Alright. I'm going to hide this for a second. I'm going to lighten up this back layer. No, I don't think this is the most effective way to do this, if you're asking. But who said that we need to be effective? So the idea is we're going to make a Z space Z space matte, roughly, to make sure which one is it? Yeah, there it is. So try to do this. In fact, I think the correct method of doing this is something like this here. Turn down the opacity just a smidge. We're gonna maybe paint on top of it here. Let's see. Doing anything effective right now? That's a good question. Ah, I see. Gotcha. No, the answer is no. I'm not doing anything very effective. In case you're wondering. Should be on the... I'm sure someone's out there is judging me terribly. But this is what happens when I don't get into Photoshop. You know, gotta get into it more. Feel some Photoshop. Really not having the effect that I was hoping for here. Shut that off. No, this is not coming across very well. Tell you what, we're gonna start over. This is just a test anyway, right? Let's delete here. Start with this one, turn the opacity back up. Let's see. Duplicate it. Copy and paste rather. Take this. I'm going to, let's control click, that's right. Take my B tool. Oop, kiss. Which tool is it? But select it. Just can you do? No, they want me to rasterize it. I see. I can rasterize. Not against that. Alright. Now I gotta flip it. It's going outside of our mark here again. Yeah. Working on it. We're getting there, guys. We are getting there. We're getting there terribly slow, but yeah, this is nice. You know, I bet there's a way to do this. This has got to be the most painful thing to watch. Glad this is just a test, and you guys don't really have to learn anything from this. Let's see. Yeah, I would definitely not consider myself a Photoshopist. Let's see here. Do a little something. Flip this. Hit delete. That's not bad at all. Alright. Okay, so that's the outside selected. Select inverse again. I'm going to try a couple of these other things. So I'm going to make another layer, duplicate of this. And then, now let's cancel that. Let's just go right into this little trick here. Turn that on, lower opacity, something like that. I'm going to start coloring below it. Over here. Remember my hotkeys that I had set up on the tablet itself. Wasn't there like a fun hotkey to like go full screen? Oh, yes. Nearly full screen. Still have some other stuff. Yeah, you can go even more full screen. That's pretty sweet. So, start coloring layer. It's a little bit closer to the screen. It's a little closer. Get the center of the face even closer. Here we go. And Photoshop has changed over the years. All this Photoshopping stuff has gotten significantly different over time. It's amazing how difficult it is to keep up with apps sometimes. But building in some time to learn is not all that bad once you get used to it. Let's see. Let's bounce out of that. We're gonna turn that off to see how it looks. Not terrible. Not what I would call realistic. But yeah, you start somewhere. Let's see. Someone's messaging me. Yeah, it's a little too dark, I'd say. In fact, a lot of this is a little too dark. Back it up. Let's see what we're doing here. Let's see if I see opacity. I'm gonna turn the opacity down to like 14% here. Again, this one's selected. Do want some drop off shoulders and so on. So that's the last one we're going to do on the shoulders. Maybe a little on the neck. Definitely around the face, around the hair some more. Then around the face, no longer on the neck. Not so much on the back of the hair, gotta watch that. Front of the hair, like so. It's acceptable. And then we're going to tighten down this again. Let's do a little zoom in here. Yeah, something like this. Guess what is closer? The lighter, the closer the lighter. Not bad. So let's now do like the absolute closest part of the face and kind of general touches here. Of course, we want to get the hair because the hair is also closer there. Then we're going to get just the hair up here. Then we're going to get just the eyebrow here. Glasses. Definitely want to see that. I guess we are going to have to let the eyes have some of their own movement there. Then we're going to get the nose. We're going to hit the nose again. We're going to hit the nose one more time. Then one more time. One more time right there. That, my friends, is how you make a masterpiece. If you want to call it a masterpiece. Alright, tell you what. We're going to save this thing. As something else. Here, let's go. Image 1 underscore. We'll call it Matt. Alright, so that's roughly what it should look like there. Yeah, I think that should work good. So right up here, we're going to import that picture again we just made. Here's the mat. Okay, yeah, as footage. Let's see, I'm gonna choose the layer. Which one? What was it called? 0. They were both called 0. Congratulations, Zach. You're really good at this. So it wasn't the first 0, it was the second 0. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and change the label of it down here in Photoshop. And better hit save. Now we're gonna come back up here. And if my magician skills serve me correctly, we should be getting into trouble pretty soon here. Tell you what, grab this one and this one, drag them into a new composition, change my mind. I'm gonna delete these out of this composition and drag this into this composition. Grab both of these, and it's terrifying, right? True, all very terrifying, but I mean, nothing good comes to those unless there's a little bit of fear involved and bravery to overcome it. So let me just, for your sake, I'm gonna add a metadata window that should cover up this spot right here, so this way you guys see everything that I'm working on right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this and just turn it off. So all that work was for nothing, you might say. Let's grab displacement map, and we are going to take it and see, the source is the mat right here. And yeah, there, we just made our trick. Look how that looks. It's kind of fun, right? Maybe it's fun here. Let's see. I'm gonna fiddle around down in Photoshop. Take a look at this. Take a look at that. I'm gonna open up. Let's see. The first. This apart. Ah, yes. Here's our problem. Tell you what. I'm going to take this. You can't see what I'm doing down here, but what I'm doing is this. I am taking this and putting this up here. Nope, not into that one. Where to go? Wherever you. Putting this on top of this. Better increase the opacity all the way. And we're going to replace what we got here. Do something like this. Nice. Nice work, Zach. Hit save. I come back over here. Automatically updates so there. Our alpha channel. Looks like I didn't clean it up quite perfectly. So you check it out up. Let's see, up here. The alpha channel isn't cleaned up completely. This corner, if I hold Alt and zoom in, you can see it's pretty dirty looking. But let's take a look. Hit save, make sure it's staying, keeping up with stuff. But in Photoshop, I'm gonna grab that and then grab the delete. Or the. Never mind, changed my mind. I can't delete anything out of this one. I gotta go in here. We're going to use our brush. Let's see how bad my decisions are going today. Did you hear that noise from Star Wars? Shadows of the Empire? Yes. You don't know everything about me. Maybe that worked. Why do I feel like that didn't work? Tell you what, let's not worry about it. Let's just go up here. This is just a test. I'm just fiddling around with you guys here. But yeah, what I came up with. Let's see. I think I can do something extra fancy here. Let's create a null object and a look at its position. I think what we can do. Isn't there a fun way to break apart its position? Something like edit value, separate dimensions. So, oh, marvelous kids, marvelous. All right, so the horizontal displace makes this happen, which is kind of fun. I like that this looks like this. But that horizontal displace, it's happening on what axis? It's happening on the x-axis. X, Y, Z, that's the order, right? X is the order that it goes in. So if you were to look at it like this here, I'm gonna make here. If I break this apart like so, I think I can jump down here to help you see it. Right here, you can see that it's broken apart into 3 dimensions, X, Y, Z, and that's the order that it goes in. Okay, so X is horizontal, Y is vertical, and Z is in, right? Z depth. What's that called? Is there another word? Horizontal, vertical, and Z space? I don't know. Feel free to comment. Maybe I'll check it later. But let's see here. I'm gonna actually try to take these values and tell them that anytime that null object moves left or right, I want the horizontal displacement to move. So I think all I have to do is just alt click on the stopwatch. This is for geeks. And I'm going to take this pick whip. It's really fun to play with. No one has seen that before. It's got this nice little animation built into the software UI. And I'm going to put it on the X position. And just hit return. Enter. Oof, looks beautiful already. There's probably something I can do about that to fix that. Let me make it go back to 0. Or something here. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that first. I may have made a little bit of a mistake doing that. A little ambitious. Oop, not that one. Not that one. Let's try this. Horizontal displacement ought to be attached to the Y position, the X position. And I'm going to do the same thing. Just pretend that's not happening in my screen there. Yeah, let me show you how weird this looks. Not the most attractive thing I've ever done in my life. No, not at all. Let's see. Change that up. But this should theoretically do the trick. Okay, alright. So the null object is a little out of whack up here. Let's say if I wanted to move the null object right like so, I could do this. You see there's a lot of problems in a lot of different ways here with the movement. It's very much not perfect. And I think the reason why it's not perfect is because the mat that we created is not perfect. If this was like a Z-depth, like perfect depiction of the face that showed the fall off happening just right, it would be pretty amazing. But what I'm going to do is not worry about that right now because it's not terribly important for the time being. But right here we can see there's definitely some artifacts happening around the hair, which is not what I was hoping for, but nothing ever is exactly how I imagine. I don't know if that's even possible. Let's see, we're going to take a peek I'm trying to look and see if there's anything else fancy that we can do up here. Just fiddling, you know? Alright, so anyway, this is the making of a photo turned 3D, right? Grab it, do a couple of movements. No, she says. Yes, she says. You'll have to all forgive me. I don't have the name of this talent. This picture was just given to me, so I hope everyone's okay with that. As soon as I find out her name, if it's okay, maybe I'll have to delete this after the fact. But I'll share it if she wants credit for this mess that I'm making here. So let's see. Let's see. So that's the idea. I think that's probably good enough for our purposes today. I'm gonna say we're gonna stop streaming, and we'll try something else another time. I don't know how well this worked on Facebook and on YouTube. Heard this is gonna take a lot of GPU and CPU power because I have it separated into 2 different streams, and I'll go take a look and see what it's like. Thanks for tuning in if you did. I apologize for how boring and